Hello everybody, Z
and Lina.
We're from Singapore. Okay, so this is Korea Westival 2024. This is the level 3 workshop on the Sunday afternoon. So we went through essentially pressure, okay, and how to use pressure rather than a physical pull push, right, to be able to create cool shapes and spaces that allow for both the leaders to express the pattern, the kind of move they want, and the followers to also choose how they can physically go through this in a way that's safe and comfortable for them. So we started off with the drill, where we can touch anywhere. Ding,
safe.
Ding. Okay, safe. If you exaggerate it, the followers, you are using your legs to push.
Yeah. So follows, I'm responding to the touch, right? I'm always pushing into the connection, but I don't want to move and overwhelm the connection.
Yeah.
So I respond as much as I need to, which you might not be able to see in the video, right? But I'm actually doing push, engage into the point.
Okay? So it's almost like I touch you, you touch me back, okay, by using your legs to drive it.
Yes.
Yeah. So we can touch 2 contact points at the same time as well. Okay. The drill starts by, after that, from there we create 2 contact points and we're trying to maintain equal pressure on both sides. Leaders, reminder that my hands should be inviting, so it's always a soft cupped kind of handhold. I try not to hold with a lot of tension in the fingers. Okay. So from here we learn to move our bodies and move the followers like that, maintaining equal pressure here, right? Then once we kind of get comfortable with just moving like that, we can start to change the pressure points, change the amount of pressure. So the shape that we did today was like this, into a turn up and over, and then here, and then into something that can walk around. And if I switch the grip, so if you watch, if I switch the grip like this, so this is how I create a pressure for the other one. I switch my grip from here to here to give the follower that room to roll. Okay?
For the follows, what I'm aiming to do is a 50-50 pressure, right? So when we start the drill here, I'm trying to look for equal pressure. So 50-50 pressure, but not 50-50 weight.
Yeah.
Because if I'm 50-50 weight, I'm stationary, I'm not moving, right? So this is why my legs are always ready to go somewhere, although I'm trying to look for a 50-50 pressure, right? At this point, we can choose to accelerate it, like what we talked about the pattern, but I'm always paying attention to this and this, so that he can still use this later on when he wants to interact. Even here it's 50-50. Okay? Up 50-50. Here.
Okay? So for the leaders, for a lot of us, when we're trying to maintain the pressure, it's about making sure that our positions are close enough and our body rotation is correct to maintain our frame. So for the leaders, we need to start thinking of our frame as something that connects to our followers, not something that connects to ourselves. Right? Leaders often think, my frame, but we need our frame to connect to our partner, right? So when my follower is doing these kind of things, a lot of the leaders I notice in class, you'll be like here, and then you allow your frame to get away from you. Whereas what I need to do is make sure that my body moves into a space or rotation where I can keep my frame. Okay? So, yeah, I think that's just something. Yeah, so we'll show you some examples, right? Just to understand that a lot of times when you're watching the higher level dancers dance, you're not watching patterns. You're watching action, followers' reaction, leaders' reaction. Okay? So here, some examples. Like let's say we do something like this. I can be like equal pressure.
Right, and I choose.
She chooses.
I want to take this.
Right?
250 here.
And I can see this shape. See? So here I'm just creating pressure and the Lina is coming in. Yeah? And then now from here, if she chooses to go in, how she chooses to go in, I can respond to that, right? And for the followers as well, you can choose to go slow, you can choose to go fast, right? Another example, let's say we do things like this, here, where we are right. When we do these kind of moves, like this, right? I'm not leading it that fast. If I try to lead it this fast, 95% of the followers would die. Right? What I'm doing is I'm creating a shape where I'm like
preparation, my body will also respond to it because I'm connected to myself, followers, rather than just letting this
Yeah.
go with nothing here.
Okay. And then when I'm like here and the follower,
I'm gonna
she
choose.
chooses to. Okay. And I look really good when she does that. Okay, it looks nice on me.
Because if I choose how to do it, I will always look better than if I'm not ready and trying to chase it.
Yeah, okay. Now for the leaders, just one thing which we didn't get to touch on is, can you suggest a speed for what you want? Absolutely you can. We just don't physically force it. So how do I suggest a speed? If I wanted her to go too slowly, same shape, I'd be like, let's go slow. You'll notice I'm grounding myself. So when I ground myself, it creates a more sense of like slowness, right? If I want her to go fast, okay, so for the leaders, same thing. If I want her to go fast here, I'll be like, okay, and then so we kind of have a, if the follower is with me, we actually have a
And
at the same time. Okay? So for the leaders, it's not that you don't have a say, you do. You can be like, hey, I would like this fast, or hey, I would like this slow. Alright? But followers, just bear in mind for you, you also have a choice.
Yes.
Use your choice.
yes, so followers, right? The better you become, the more you realize that this dance is about your momentum. So in the same thing, I can also suggest. So like you can see me like hey, I would like to go fast. But you can actually see the prep come and see it's like, oh, gotta go. I'm not forcing it, but I'm almost like pre-shaping or hoping, pre-leading, suggesting whatever word you want to use. Then it's very natural for the leaders, if they're connected, to be like,
Yeah. Okay? Alright, that's it. Thank you very much,
Thank you.
everybody.